Hello again. I'm Caesar with More Options Coaching. Yesterday we talked about good days and bad days and about the fact that an important distinction is to relate differently to the things that you are doing and to choose to do the things that you are doing rather than seeing them as things that you have to do. And also I talked about the fact that it's crucial to carry with you during the day a sense of purpose, a sense of intention that you're carrying on the background, on the back of the mind somehow. And I'm going to talk today a little bit more about this point. And I'm going to give you a metaphor, and that is to be the artist of your life, be the painter of your life. The first thing to do as an artist is just to get inspired, just to allow that inspiration to come out, to come up in your life, out of that sense of aboutness, that sense of what are you about, what do you want to create in the world. And number two, just get busy doing it. Just let that intention, that inspiration to run in the background and bring into the foreground the doing and become busy doing it fully consciously. Because usually when we do life, usually what we do, we forget about the first step, about the inspiration, and we just jump into the second one, into the activity. And even that one, we're doing it not that properly, let's say, because we're doing mindlessly instead of mindfully. We are somewhere else all the time when we're doing. We wish to be doing something else. If we're doing something, we want to do something else. If something happens, we want something else to have happened, and so on and so forth. We're always into a different moment and into a different place than the one where we're actually in that particular moment. The first thing that a painter does, as far as I understood, I'm not a painter, so I wouldn't know, but I asked, the first thing that a painter does is preparing his canvas carefully, because he knows that if he doesn't, the oil paint that he's going to be using, it's going to just spread and diffuse. It's going to get absorbed by that canvas, not properly prepared. So nothing really useful going to get out of it. No real image would get out of that painting. So as a painter, as an artist of your life, just stop for a moment at the beginning of the day and prepare your canvas. Ask yourself, what are you about today? What would you like to create today? Most importantly, how would you like to feel at the end of the day? As the day ends, how would you like to feel? What kind of sense would you like to carry with you? Focus only on the feeling. Forget about the things that you have to do, or even the things that you need to accomplish, that you would like to accomplish over the day. Forget about those. Focus only on the sense, on the feeling that you'd like to have. Just from an internal perspective, from that internal world that nobody can touch. How would you like to feel? What's the sense that you'd like to carry through the day and to have at the end of the day when you go to bed? I know I'm insisting over that because I believe it's important. And take a moment and feel that feeling, building it inside your soul, inside your mind, inside your heart. And if you don't know what it is, just ask yourself, if you were to know, what would that be? What would give you pleasure, satisfaction, the sense that you had a good day? Could be the joy, could be a sense of gratitude, could be a sense of appreciation, love, things like that, whatever it is for you. And then memorize that feeling. Take a snapshot, perhaps take a clue that you would like to have in order to be able to bring back that feeling whenever you want to reconnect with it. And then put it in the background. Focus on the doing, whatever it is that you need to do to accomplish that particular dream of yours, creation if you wish. And let that intention to run in the background, just like a background wallpaper that we have and we don't really pay attention to, or like a silent melody that runs silently in the background that we don't really pay attention to. That sense of aboutness to run in the background. Just let it run in the background and run in such a way that will permeate everything that you do. All the actions that you take, even those actions that you think that you have to do, because you can turn those have to actions into things that you choose to do just by allowing them to be permeated by that intention that runs in the background. You see, because if you do that, then those have to actions, they become contributors, pillars to the creation that you would like to bring about. Because when the purpose is high enough, there's no telling how the things that you're doing today are actually useful in the future. There's no telling about that. So in other words, you change the way you relate to the things that you're doing. You see them as things that you choose to do, as being useful to the accomplishment of that creation, not as things that you have to do because they told you to, or they force you to, or whatever. One note about that particular intention: over the day, as the day unfolds, you don't need to constantly bring that intention into your awareness, just to become aware of it and being big and compelling and so on and so forth, because that has the peril of transforming it into a have-to, into an obligation, and that's a no good thing. Rather, whenever you feel like you're slipping into a feeling that you don't like, choose to reconnect with that intention. Just reconnect with that intention that runs in the background. How should I? Just think about that for a moment. Just, okay, that's how I like to feel. And get back into that link with that intention which runs in the background. But take it as for granted, should I say, or see it as normality, see it as old news, see it as something that you're familiar with, and just time to time you reconnect with it, you remember it, and that's it. In a way, you are mindful about the actions that you are doing, about the doing, but you are mindless about the intention. Yes, at the beginning of the day you become aware of that intention, you're bringing it up into your awareness, and you're really experiencing it in order to be able to remember it over the day. But then you become mindless about it and become mindful about the doing, and only about the doing, without being concerned in any ways about your intention. Now, as I said, this is the model that works for me and makes me feel good about. If your model of the world is not really bringing you the kind of results that you want, then you might want to try this one. Just give it a try. It's safe, nothing wrong can happen. And if you have questions about it or comments about it, I would love to have a conversation about this. Let me know how you feel about it and if it helped you in any way. Until next time, have a great day.